Previously, Kesaku Band finally took their promotional pictures and the first song their band is finally done. But the harsh reality dawns upon Hidori: making music is an extremely expensive job. As the girls begin searching for more places to work, Hidori offers her guitar and pleads with them to not make her work in a crowded place. Later, Najika's sister flat out refuses to let them perform. She sternly tells Najika to let the band remain as a hobby. This upsets her as Najika runs off, but not before telling everyone that her big sister sleeps with stuffed toys. When Hidori catches up to Najika and the girls, she reveals that Saika has announced that she'll let them perform, but after they give auditions. This brings back the band's spirit as they're all filled with determination to work hard. Of course, our Hidori is a cute exception. On the day of the audition, as the band starts playing in front of the manager aka Najika's sister, Hidori realizes what it means to grow as a band together. She finds herself inclined to help Najika achieve her dreams. With that thought in mind, Hidori steps up her performance, shocking her bandmates and the manager. When the manager gives her blessing to the band, she eyes Hidori and concludes that Hidori has a lot of talent but her anxiety holds her back. So to praise her, the manager tells Hidori that she sees her, which unfortunately ends up scaring Hidori. With only a few days remaining until their concert, Hidori struggles to meet the ticket quota. After all, who'd she invite? While Hidori goes through mental gymnastics of passing out the flyers, a drunken woman collapses in front of her. When she comes to her senses, she notices Hitori's guitar and reveals that she too is in an indie band. As the two somehow get to talking, the woman drags Hidori to retrieve her guitar. She then asks Hidori what she has been doing outside, and in a verbal diarrhea, Hidori ends up revealing all her worries. The tipsy woman smiles and says that she'll repay Hitori's kindness by performing a street concert with her so she'll be able to sell the tickets. As Hidori begins to look for a way out, the woman tells her to close her eyes and reminds her that the people that are listening to her aren't her enemies. Meanwhile, Ryo, Najika and Kita talk about Hidori. Kita states that Hidori always keeps it to herself, but they all note how Hidori shines the most when she's playing the guitar. The woman's words seem to work like a charm on Hidori as she finally opens her eyes and faces the crowd. After the concert is finished, Hidori wonders that if she keeps going, will she see more people smiling at her? Kita and Najika make their way over to Hitori's house. Their mouths hang low when they see a huge banner, welcoming them. As they hesitantly ring the doorbell, a comically dressed Hidori greets them with a party popper. The biggest surprise comes to them when they enter Hitori's room. The girls look around and find themselves in a mini karaoke club. Suddenly, Hitori's little sister Futari greets Kita and Najika. When Hidori comes to her room, she finds her sister being pampered by her friends. After bribing her sister to go away, the girls start working on their band shirt. Meanwhile in the kitchen, Hitori's parents talk among themselves about how they truly believed Hidori had imaginary friends. As Hitori's parents call them for a light snack, they tell Kita and Najika about how Hidori never had friends over before. Leave it to parents to embarrass their kids. The girls then enjoy their time by watching a movie, playing games and then a little dress-up game with Hidori which ends up turning into ashes. The weather forecast warns everyone about a wild typhoon. The girls make a rain charm just in case. Hidori looks at her friends and realizes that she'll be okay. The rain comes hard despite the charms. Manager Saika balls her eyes but tells her PA that the girls must learn to make the most of every situation. Meanwhile, Najika tries to cheer everyone up with her usual enthusiasm. As promised, Hiroi shows up drunk along with two other women that claim to be Hitori's fans ever since her street concert. When Hidori hears the word fan, her soul reaches to cloud 9. The day of their concert is finally here. The girls notice the dwindling numbers, their nervousness and disappointment reflect through their song. The crowd too notices how out of sync they are. Hidori decides to not let all their efforts go to waste and motivates her bandmates through her crazy guitar skills. After the crowd leaves enthralled by their performance, Saika treats them all to a meal. In the middle of her meal, Hidori gets hit by midlife crises and goes into factory mode. When she mumbles about how she'll end up alone and in need, Hiroi and the senpais assure her to trust her dreams and not let them weigh her down. Later, Hidori has a conversation with Najika where she reveals that she knows Hidori is Guitar Hero. She also tells Hidori about her dream of making her sister's club super famous. Najika then says to Hidori that today, she was her hero as she saved their performance.